Okay, I'm going to make a short video about some things that can help people understand or at least entertain the ideas that are being kind of perpetuated in science right now and that will involve all of us with technology. Every single person on earth. You cannot avoid this. So I'm really big on knowledge, and I think it's important to know some certain things and not just to be unaware. Okay? So before I go out in Hong Kong and check out the typhoon damage and mail the cat print to the lucky winner and maybe buy some silver, I want to show you guys some websites that I found, because I have been reading about nanotechnology for about 10 years, and I've been following in the past year or so transhumanism, the singularity, and I think a lot of people are unaware of it, but it is affecting a lot of people right now in ways that we might not know. So we have to keep these avenues of open-mindedness available to ourselves, and maybe look into these things that they seem science fiction, but they're not really. They're all here. But before I go on to that, just want to show you this. Here is one website, Provident Metals. I don't know this company, but I like that they have a knowledge center and they have coin buying guides, and look at all the coins that you can buy. You can even buy dime junk silver coins. Walking Liberty, and Walking Liberty is really beautiful because it's all about liberty. So check this out. If you can buy a few of these, you will be so happy if you have some of these in your hand. You know, get some old ones even that you can touch, because it feels really good to touch them. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is research in the past 40 or 50 years, and not just research, but actual experimentation on people with their brains and mind control, and some of the history with that, like Jose Delgado is one of the most famous people for doing brain research and psychosurgery and calling for and advocating control of the masses through the mind, by the mind, and brain waves and electrical means like that. So I found this really great site. It's called Excuse Me, and here it is. And this guy has done such an amazing job that he actually has a donation page where you can go and donate. And if you feel like he's offering a lot of information, I mean, a lot of bang for the buck, he's done so much that you can donate something to him. So he has this whole article here on brain implants. And it's interesting to note that James Holmes' father worked for, or was connected to DARPA, and James Holmes' father has a patent on telecommunications and how to detect fraud. So it's impossible to go through all of this on this short video, but this is what it is. You can go to Excuse Me. This is not his homepage. Here's home, and you can go to the home and you click on research, and he has lots of research on cloning, brain implants, but this is very, very thorough, and he has a sense of humor about it too. So he talks about Ray Kurzweil, and Ray Kurzweil is the leading thinker of transhumanism, which is being imposed on us right now as the exponential increase in technology is leading us to blend our bodies with machines to become cyborgs, and these guys at the Singularity Institute say it's inevitable, good or bad, it's inevitable, and there is no choice. So as long as you are aware of these things, then maybe you can consider deep in your soul how you feel about it, or there is a way to resist. That's what I think. Okay, so some of these things have been used for good, of course. Implants in ears so people can hear. Implants in eyes so people can see. People so they can control their limbs if they had to have amputations and had to have, you know, prosthetic limbs. But it goes beyond that. It really goes beyond that, and you'll have to look at this to find out about it for yourself, okay? So this is brain implants at Excuse Me, and he talks a lot about it in here with so much evidence, and even in Tokyo they're using cockroaches. And look, he has insert electrodes in their antennomorphics and schematics. Okay, tiny backpack of electrical circuits. And remember, we are electrical beings. So, electronic-based neuron transmitters. Control the movement of a live leech from a computer. Okay, it's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing, these the research that they're doing, because it gets kind of creepy. Anyway, so they can create assassins with brain implants and control, and if the military can control drones from a computer, if human beings have the correct transmitters inside of them, they can be controlled by a computer also. And I was looking up James Holmes. The reason I found this is because I looked up his birth year, 1988. Actually, it's 1987, and what was going on then in brain implant research. And I mean, he could have had a brain implant when he was a kid. So look at this. By implantation of electrodes into various predetermined specific brain sites of patients capable of reporting thoughts and feelings, we have been able to make invaluable long-term observations. So the brain implantation is not new. They can push buttons and control people. Okay, now Jose Delgado, this guy right here, is the guy that you can go to YouTube and look up his videos. He controls a bull. Just before the bull attacks, he sends a signal to the brain of the bull, and the bull stops immediately. Physical control of the mind. There's also information here about two-way transdermal communication with the brain. So you can see that this is very thorough. All right, look, are you a product? We the people will not be chipped. So it's here, it's real, it's here, it's real, and maybe it's good, and people want brain chips in their brains, but they're already here. They've been implanted for ages. Okay, time is passing. Designer term. Okay, say no to RFID chips. Okay, so James Holmes was born in 1987. He could have easily been, and maybe the parents were told, hey, do you want to have a genius for a child? We plant a chip. You'd be one of the first ones to have a chip planted into your son. Who knows? Here's the World Transhumanist Association. Got to look into this. Really have to look into this. Okay, see how long it goes. All right, and there are some books down here, and these books and things have been around for ages. And some of these books are 1977, some are from the 60s. So Jose Delgado was doing this for a long, long time. I mean, a long, long time ago. All right, so I'm just going to get rid of that. And brain transmitters. This is another one I looked up. I think I found this when I typed in the year. Okay, so brain transmitter, how are they used? So, of course, the military would really like to make use of this to control people, and they would never be caught. You know, I mean, they could have a person be an assassin and then they just look like they're a weird guy. Okay, so doctors in Sweden began placing brain transmitters in the heads of anesthetized patients without the person's knowledge in about 1960. Okay, and oh look, through the nostrils. Took only a couple of minutes to perform. And they're in there for life, and they transmit radio waves. So there are two-way transmitters. So these brain transmitters, and again, this website is Think About It. Okay, I go on because I have to show you the rest. And pictures with people with having brain transmitters. Even in the U.S., some people have won their cases for having had implants in their brains without their knowledge when they were having some kind of operation. In fact, I have to go to the dentist. They wanted to install something, and I'm a little nervous. I said, no RFID chips, and the doctor looked surprised and said, oh, we don't have that here. Should I believe him or not? Okay, so there's that. Okay, there's just microwave harassment and mind control. This is a technology that's been going on for a long time. All right, here's a guy who's sort of crazy, wanting people to know. Must see, it's happening now, nanotechnology and the New World Order brain implants. We should listen to him. He says to freely pass this on. Targeted individuals. These are, there are groups, societies all around the world who have suffered, and in Europe, there's one here, okay. Targeted individuals, Europe, they get together and sometimes they check them, and they're emitting radio waves, okay? So another thing is how your mind can be stolen a little bit. And remember, we as human beings are electromagnetic. Our brains give off electromagnetic waves, and the radiant energy from TV and our computers captures these waves in a way. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but that's how I understand it. I am totally addicted to my computer. I can't even believe it. Now, here is a new invention by Samsung. Samsung advanced implantable medical device for the brain. Okay, it's new. It's from April 2012, something like that. So it's all planned out. Okay, there it is. This was published April 24th, 2012. So I don't know when the patent was submitted, but there it is. So I suggest that people be aware and support people who feel that they're being targeted, or they're hearing voices in their head or something like that, because it could be real and could be us next. And remember, nanotechnology is involved, and so be open-minded, that's all. Just be open-minded.